Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Dark Souls the Board Games Darkroot expansion! This is the first actual expansion of Dark Souls the Board Game. This is also the primary thing of Wave 2. Everything else is mega bosses, which will be their own individual videos. But for now, this is what we're doing. So, this comes with Sif the Wolf, and, oddly enough, Artorias of the Abyss. So, this kind of covers both the Darkroot Basin and also a lot of the, honestly, expansion, the Artorias of the Abyss expansion that is built into the Prepare to Die edition of the video game. AKA, for anybody who had the PC version, was just part of the game. So, first off, right off the bat, this is not a lid, like a standalone lid. It's a flip top, which is really nice for storage purposes. Let's see what we got here. So, got a couple things on top, and then here's the rest of the box. Just didn't want this sliding around. So we've got what looks to be a rule book. It was labeled as a rules insert, I think, on the back of the box. I don't know what kind of stuff is in here, other than here maybe a campaign or stuff like that. How to use the stuff, something about a 0 dodge difficulty, how to use the new bosses, and then campaign scenarios based on this. So this does not come with a mega boss. This is just a new mini boss, some new monsters, and a new regular boss, I believe. Speaking of the boss and mini boss, here are the punch outs for the dials to keep track of the health for both Sif and Artorias. Then we move on to the standard size card pack. Again, this game is primarily in standard size and the small size cards. This is sticky for some reason. Not like gooey sticky, like the plastic is different from the normal plastic, and it's like it's got a residue that's causing it to stick to my fingers. Doesn't feel like it's wax-like. That's just odd. It doesn't feel like that on the inside, so the cards don't feel like that. I hope it's, like, for better condition of the cards, but that felt really odd. Alright, so, what? Oh, I see. Okay, so rather than make a alternate language kit, we have 5 versions of the main card for Artorias of the Abyss, or as they're labeling it, just Artorias. Because one for each language that they did. I believe Spanish, German, French, and I don't know, honestly. And, of course, English. They're showing nationalities in little circles, and I don't know off the top of my head. I apologize. And then we've got a bunch of Artorias cards. I will be covering these in videos like I did for the core game. These probably won't take too long to get out. Then we got Great Wolf Sith, which does the same thing. Pupper with a sword. Then these are all, wow, a bunch of Great Wolf Sith cards. And then cards 2, 4, 6, 7 for the various monsters that are just normal monsters. So that's all the big cards, which are always in this game. The monster AI cards, habit card, I don't remember what they're called because I played way too much Kingdom Death lately, and those are just AI cards. Then we got the small cards, which are usually spawn cards, and the treasure cards. So there is no new class in this expansion. The new classes are their own expansions, not individually. They're just sets of new classes. And we still have a lot coming, like the old Iron Keep expansion and the various stretch goals. Like, I don't think this covers any of the stretch goals still. So we've got, from the small cards, a bunch of spawn cards. Again, I'll go over these in more detail. And then, these are all items. So, I'm hoping, like, are any of these basic treasures? Yes. Ooh, they're kind of oddly spread out. Yeah, they're spread out all throughout this. I won't be surprised if, nope, they're not even in alphabetical order. I'm hoping mixing these in will bring some balance to the treasure card deck, because at the end of the day, the treasure card deck is the massive flaw in this game, as I said in the video for the treasure card deck. These look like they're all over the place. They do not look like they're transposed items. Yeah, I see no transposed items, so these are all, you would mix them into the base deck, enlarging it. I do see some repeats of things like Titanite Shard or Ember and stuff like that. Everything else looks like it's brand new. There's multiple copies of this, and I haven't even read what it does. Dust Crown Ring. Oh, yeah, I derped a little bit. Okay, let's back up a bit, because I did the same confusion that I did with the Artorias cards, where I didn't realize that they were being done in multiple different languages. So we have a number of cards that do not have text on them, so they're all in the same, so the language doesn't matter. They don't have a language icon, I think. Yeah, I don't actually know what their icon is. Like, it's a black thing. It might literally be the dark brand. So there's those, plus these being the English ones with actual explanations, totaling to that. And then after a quick glance, these are all other languages, making up majority of the item cards. These are the English, or more precisely, a single language plus the non-language necessary ones versus all the language ones. Okay. Like, I appreciate that this is being done and not because they shipped the same copy to a bunch of places, but also at the same time, this is a lot of waste of materials on their end, and I don't know how I feel about that, but at the end of the day, it's done. Okay, so, yeah. Interesting. Right, now on to the reason a lot of people get this game, and I recommend people getting this game if they want these. Oh, also, real quick, little plugs for the health dials. I was wondering where those were, and I forgot that they were blank. On to the minis! I'm going to do a chunk of these close up, especially the two bosses. Is it taped shut or just stuck? It's just stuck. Nope, it's taped shut on the sides. I looked on the... There we go. Alright, so, we're going to start with some of the monsters. Ooh, it seems like they upgraded the plastic. It's a lot more, it feels a lot more solid and sturdy for at least the larger parts. So we've got the Mushroom Parent and the Mushroom Child. Adorable! And derpy. And then the Gardeners are, or whatever they are, the little shrubbery men are all over the place. Or no, these are the things from the Artorias of the Abyss. I only played through that once instead of trying the rest of the game, instead of the rest of the game, which I would repeat over and over again. This is what I was thinking of, the shrubbery guys. There's two of those. There's three of each of the wicker men things. What are they called? They are called scarecrows. Cool. Different, like, shear and spear or something like that. And then we've got the Guardians, one with a big, giant, axe-like club. Like, it's definitely more of a club than an axe, but it's in the shape of an axe. And the actual sword and board, or sword and stone ones. There's two of each of those. These are, they definitely up the detail on these models. And the plastic seems a lot better. Then we have the biggest model in here, Sif. And this is just fucking gorgeous. Like, I've seen people complain about this, and I'm just like, why? Like, the biggest thing I can complain about right off the top of my head is that the separation of the jaw is very visible. Like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah, you can. Like, the crack, and it's on both sides. I showed that side because it's significantly worse. But otherwise, this is just, like, for a pre-made, fully assembled miniature, this is gorgeous. Now, with that said, that's a caveat right there. Like, Kingdom Death Monster is so beautiful because they make sure the things are printed correctly. But for a model you can have to do no assembly work for, that's great. And then we have a Torius, which I'm going to have to do some hot water work on because that sword is bending. Yeah, you can see it like that. But otherwise, other than the fact that his face is really sunk in, like there is no face, which was supposed to be, which is just supposed to be a black pit, but I don't think it's supposed to be modeled inwards. This looks really nice. This is definitely a lot better than the Dancer of the Boreal Valley looked, which it's very similar to in armor structure and things like that. Although I don't think he's supposed to be remotely the same size. He's supposed to be closer to your size, but I don't think they wanted to do that. Not that the size of the base means anything. The legs, or at least this one, you can definitely tell that it was a separate piece attached there. And the sword is not at all attached to the back, so it's just entirely flimsy. Meaning that the hand, thus the wrist, is the only point of connection, and I'm worried that might snap at some point. Regardless, just like with the core game, it comes with nice little trays. It's just, if you got all of these, which I did, it's 7 boxes about this size. Like, this is the widest one, but it's not the thickest one. So, that might be a lot of shelf space, which, thankfully, I have here. Not the point. Regardless, that appears to be everything in here. There's nothing under the tray, I can tell because it's clear. So, a lot of access cards for language, but I appreciate that for the purpose of getting across the board. And again, this is actually a European company, not an American company that makes this, I believe. Could be wrong. I know we got our stuff later because issues. Regardless, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, feel free to share this video. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as things you might want to see about this, be it playthroughs and such. I do plan to do painting videos, at least for the bosses, if not also for one version of the basic monsters, and I do plan on doing overview videos, which will probably be a lot more crammed together for each of these boxes, but one thing at a time. And if you want to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overview videos, my painting videos, or anything else I do on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.